Do you ever feel like you're taking too much risk or maybe not enough risk inside of your investments? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about a software that we have and you can use for free that will assess that risk for you based on your own individual needs. Okay, so we meet with people every day, all the time. And a lot of times when we meet with people and we start reviewing their accounts and setting up a retirement plan, uh, we ask, well, where are your current investments? How are they allocated? How much risk are you taking? Those types of things. And some people know it to the T, right? Some people, especially the do-it-yourselvers, which there's a few of you who watch my videos. I know I've taught to you. Uh, if that's the case, and you're trading everything and you're keeping up with it, great, fantastic. But there's a lot of other people who they set up their investments not really knowing what they were doing in their 20s or 30s and just contributed to it, put their head down, and went to work. And if you're one of those people, it might be time to assess how much risk you are taking, especially if you're in drop, if you're 5 or 10 years away from retirement. Conversely, if you are watching this and maybe you're 30 or 35 and you're in the investment plan, maybe you want to take a little bit more risk. Maybe your investments aren't keeping up with what they should be doing because you're not taking enough risk to, keep up with what you might need to retire. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a software that we use. It's called Riskalyze by a company called Nitrogen. It's a software that we use to assess the risk of investments. And so we use this to help manage money for our clients, meaning that if someone comes to us and they want money that's in the market, we will put them through this questionnaire and figure out what are the types of investments that we should use. Because a lot of times people will come to us and they say, okay, well, I know I want to be, have some money in the market, but I don't really know, how much risk, right? I don't know what I'm comfortable with. So we will use this to assess it. So once again, if you haven't looked at your investments in a long time, remember, you might have set it up amazingly at 30 or 35. But what is the best thing for a 30 or 35-year-old is not necessarily the best thing for a 60 or a 65-year-old. And I think most of you know that. So in this video, I'm going to show you the software. I'm going to do a walkthrough. I'm just going to kind of put in some information, general information, like we've done in some of the other videos. Show you how it works. It's very fast, very easy. And then if you would like to do it yourself, most of our videos are, hey, if you want to talk to us, you want to schedule an appointment, you can do so. And we're still going to put that link down below. But in this video, in the description, we're going to have a link directly to this software so you can do it yourself. And you can figure out what your risk tolerance is, okay? So let's jump over to the software. Let's do it together. I'll do a walkthrough. I'll show you what it looks like. And then if you want to go on and do it on your own, be my guest. Feel free to do it. Doesn't cost anything. We're already paying for the software, so you might as well take advantage of it. Doesn't cost you anything. And then also remember, obviously, if you want to book an appointment, you always can. Okay, let's jump over to the software. Okay, so here's the software. It's linked down below if you want to follow the link and go to this webpage. And this is software called Riskalyze. Now, it's not, it's going to just kind of go based on your answers. We're going to show you how to do it, and then you can go in and do it yourself. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so let's put in John Doe at example.com. All right, so you put in your information here. There. Now, you might say, oh, well, I don't want to give it my information. Well, that's how they email you the results. So if you don't want to put your email in here, then don't do it. But that's how they're going to email you the results. So put your actual email in there. So actually, I'll put my email in there, don@andersretirement.com. Okay, perfect. Whatever, I'll put my name. So don@andersretirement.com. Okay. Let's go next. Now, what are your financial goals? Well, we're retirement, so say retiree. Okay. Let's talk about your financial status. Now, this is, if you don't want to fill this out, you don't have to. This is more of a afterwards, we can take your current portfolio and we can put your portfolio in there, and it can judge based on what you have, how much risk you're taking versus how much you want to take. So what this section does is this helps us, uh, if you want to go that next step, it helps us do that. Okay. And so if you'd like to just put a comment in here, I'd like to analyze my current portfolio, compared to my risk, whatever. If you like, if you don't want to, you can just skip it. Okay. All right. How much do we have to invest? So here's where you put in your current investments. And this part's really important. So you might just want to put in a random number. This part's important because what the software does is the software actually will take you and show you actual numbers and give you situations. So it's really important that you put in what you have so you can kind of feel what's going on. So let's say 250,000 of investments. Okay. Current age, let's say I'm 60 and I'm going to retire at 65. All right. So go next. Now, this is why I said it's important to put in the real numbers. So they said based on 250,000, how much risk could you handle over the next 6 months? And what we really want to look at here is you might be looking at that green arrow, which is great. But more importantly, what I would encourage you to do is look at the red arrow. Okay. So think about it. Put yourself in that situation. If you did have 250,000 and you invested somewhere, and 6 months later, you go and you open up your statement, and all of a sudden now you have $35,000 less. Would you be okay with that? Because investments, especially market-based investments, they will do the best over a long period of time. But you have to be comfortable with that. I during the 2008, the Great Recession, a lot of people were, a lot of people on TV, they said, well, the only way you can get hurt on a roller coaster is if you get off in the middle, which for the most part is great unless you have a heart attack or something while doing it. But yes, for investments, that's the way you get hurt. And everything did come back eventually. But here's the thing. I don't know about you, but I don't like roller coasters. I would prefer not getting on one to begin with. I don't find it enjoyable. I don't like it. So even though, yeah, it might be exciting and it's just I don't want to get on roller coasters. And if you're the same way and you don't want to have to hold on for dear life, this is where this comes in. Okay, so if so dial this in now. Some of you are like, yeah, I don't care, let's crank it all the way up to 50 to down 20%. If that's your preference. But a lot of you, $35,000 might make you want to get off that roller coaster, right? It might make you uncomfortable. So dial on this number. So let's go 10%. Okay, let's say 25,000. All right. So 25,000, that's right now my maximum risk, and it's also my maximum return. Let's go next. Okay. So here's where the questionnaire starts coming in and starts dialing in your numbers. All right. So right now we have 25,000 maximum risk and 25,000 maximum reward. Would I rather have over 6 months? Would I rather have that same maximum risk but less of a reward, or would I rather have the same maximum risk but more of a reward, or less risk and the same reward? I'm gonna say, you know what? I don't really want to take. I'd rather take a little less risk, just have the same potential return. All right, I'm here now. Would I rather have even less risk and less return, or stay there? Let's go maximum risk of 15,000 and 25,000 up. Okay, 10%. Now dial it in even more. Would you rather have just a little bit less risk but a little bit less reward? Sure, let's go that route. And with that, it is dialed in the risk number. So this has a risk number on a scale from 1 to 100, a risk number of 32. Okay. Now this feels like you and you think it's right. Press yes, feels like me. If you want to retake it, press try again. So if you press this, then it's going to go in, it's going to email you the report, it's going to go into the system. Now, if you, after you submit it, if you would like us to, we can take your current portfolio and we can put it into the system. And let's say your risk number is 32. We can say, okay, well, right now, based on your portfolio, everything that's in there, your risk number is actually, or your current risk, what you're taking is 68. So, and then from there, you can either say, okay, well, I'm just going to leave it where it is, or we can give you some options either in your current plan or outside of it that can dial in that risk and make sure you stay there. So, if you're interested in that, if you want to do this, click the link below. In there, we have a link to this page that I just walked you through. You can do it yourself. And then if you go through everything, and then if you want to actually sit down and talk with us about this, have us do this with you and put in the portfolio, you can click the link to schedule a phone call. Okay. So I hope this helped. I hope this software helps. No reason not to do it. It's free. Enjoy it. Play around with it. Try it again if you want to. And I hope it all helps. Thank you guys so much. Always remember, if you like these videos, please subscribe, forward them to a friend. That always helps. And we will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.